special understand.
You're going to be in my shot over here, though.
And we're live.
Good evening and welcome to the Port Jervis City School District Board of Education meeting this evening. Sorry for the bit of a delay. It's the first day of school. We had a lot to discuss in executive session today, unfortunately. But we're here, so at this time I'd like a motion to enter into regular session.
I'll move. I'll second.
Blow, second by Ray. All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries. At this time, I'd ask everyone to stand for the Pledge of Allegiance and a moment of silence. Kayla, can you lead us in the pledge?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
At this time, I'll entertain a motion and a second to approve the amended agenda.
I'll move that. Second.
Motion made by Tanya, second by Flo. All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries. Okay, at this time, we have a presentation, the Summer School 2020 review by Ms. Fedoric and Ms. Oldham.
Good evening. My name is Rebecca Fedoric, and I am the secondary summer school principal here at Port Jervis. Thank you so much for inviting us tonight to speak and present about some of the data and experiences that we had this past summer during Port Jervis School District's first synchronous teaching model.
Hello, I am Kate Oldham. I was the elementary summer school principal this summer, and thank you again for inviting us to speak to you tonight. And we're going to present to you some of the data and information from this year's summer school program.
Thank you, Kate. I'm going to now share my screen and we can talk about some of the experiences that we had during Port Jervis's synchronous model. Thank you, Becky. So about the program, this year was the first year we had the live synchronous model of summer school. The elementary level, we had classes from 9 to 11:20. There were some breaks in there. They had English language arts, math, and social emotional learning. Every student also received stream integration into their classroom. That was a push-in almost every day, and they got did a lot of great projects and learned a lot and had a lot of fun. We had a special ed program with teachers that were an inclusion model. We also had an 811 special ed program. And then we also had a separate stream program for some of the students who just did stream throughout that time every day.
Who sent it?
We had 159 students at the beginning of summer school register, and we finished with 138 elementary summer school students completed. That was 87% of the students completed the program online, which was great. Some students attended virtually every day from their daycare settings, from a grandparents or a friend or a neighbor. So some of the students did complete the program from other settings besides their home. And students were selected for the summer school program by their teachers. They were recommended for the enrichment or the remediation program, and they were contacted about summer school in the spring, and then they began in July. So all students received Stream in their classes. We'll share this presentation out after, and you can take a look, and the presentation was also on the website with all of the really cool projects that they did in the Stream program this summer. There were also several supply pickups and drop-offs. So we had a lot of school supplies available for the students, and students that were unable to get to the high school to pick up their supplies, they were dropped off to their homes. And thank you, Becky. A couple cool pictures here of the projects they did and integrated the science and technology, the engineering and the math. It was a really, really cool program and a great summer. The kids had a lot of fun making the different projects.
Yeah, the present, we'll get it tomorrow.
And again, you can see that on the website. That is on there, on the Port Jervis website.
Online.
And we did fill out a survey. We had a survey for the teachers and the students, and the teacher feedback we got was mostly positive, all positive really. And one of the teachers said it was overall a good experience for the young students. They were more engaged than with the push-ins in the spring. And thank you for a great summer school experience. It was a welcome change, and they feel more at ease now for the fall.
That's gonna be big.
And then some of the feedback from the students, they like seeing their teacher and their classmates live each day. They are happy that they got to continue learning despite the virus. I thought that was a cute comment from an elementary student. And they like live class more because they can see their friends. So it was great for the kids to be able to see their teacher and their friends live every day.
Thank you, Kate. I'll take over now and talk a little bit about the secondary summer school program, which did mirror quite a bit what we did at the elementary level with some differences. So again, about the program, as Kate already mentioned, it was a live synchronous model. Traditionally, Port Jervis has always offered 3 class periods at summer school. So we did the same this summer. 3 one-hour-long class periods each day were offered to the students so they could take advantage of all 3 periods. Or if they only needed 1 or 2 classes, they could kind of pick and choose a little bit. We did use a Google platform, as we did in the spring. So teachers each had a Google Classroom where they would post assignments and students would turn in work. And then every day the live portion of class was held through Google Meet. Each teacher had required office hours every day at the end of the school day, and here you can see what the school schedule looked like: an hour-long class with minimal breaks in between, and the last 25 minutes of the school day was office hours. What I didn't put on the slide, the first 15 minutes of the day was also an unofficial office hours kind of check-in time, where the teachers could check in with any students that wanted to come to class early and check on anything from classwork, assignments, to really the social emotional aspect of how students were doing, dealing with the virus, issues going on at home. For planning and preparation, this slide goes not just for secondary, but for elementary as well. Along with the help of Mr. Pantaleone, we were able to offer an informational meeting on June 24th to all of the interested faculty for the summer school program. And that was, again, across the levels, K through 12. Professional development was offered on July 6th, and that was offered to the entire district. Mr. Pantaleone put together a wonderful variety of options for professional development to help with the online component. And again, that was offered throughout the entire district, not only to summer school teachers.
And then Kate and I each had a couple of faculty meetings throughout the course of the summer school program, just to check in with the faculty and see what issues had come up, to share with them things that we had learned, etc. For the secondary enrollment, we have had the highest enrollment since 2017. We had 393 high school students enrolled in summer school. And despite the fact that we had such a high enrollment, throughout the course, the drop rate, which students drop for a variety of reasons, either they, go over the amount of absences are required, they realize that they signed up for a course maybe that they in fact don't need. The drop rate remained consistent with all of the years that I have been doing summer school, which again has been since 2017. So I added a little chart here so that you could see over the course of the last 4 years what the enrollment number was, how many students were dropped from the program, and the percent that was decreased. So you can see it always ends up, give or take a point or two, around 20% of the population. We also were able to offer special education assistance to our students at the secondary level. We had 2 full-time special ed teachers. We created a co-teaching model, myself along with Mr. Pantaleone. Each of the teachers was assigned to a classroom where there were either a high instance of students with accommodations, i.e. we were even able to work in one of those special ed teachers had one period every day that was kind of a floating period. So any of the teachers that were at summer school could request help, whether it was with testing accommodations, in-class accommodations. That teacher was there to support the other faculty for one period every single day. And I feel like the model that we created worked really well, and many of our special ed population was well served during this synchronous model. We were able to offer, as we did last year, the summer school music program to secondary students. The middle school as well as high school students were offered a variety of classes, including lessons one-on-one with their teachers. So you can see some of the photos that we've included. The music department did a wonderful job promoting, organizing, and executing this summer school enrichment program. Our graduation was held on Monday, August 10th at 9 a.m. It was held out in front of the high school main entrance as it was during the June graduation. We had 6 graduates attend or complete the summer school program in order to earn their diploma, and we wish a big congratulations and best wishes to them. As Kate mentioned in her presentation, the same summer school student and faculty survey went out to the entire district of those that attended summer school and or taught at summer school. So as far as our student survey, you can see with a combined, either, yes, I liked the online model of learning, or along with, I liked both the synchronous and asynchronous teaching models. We had almost 70% of our population for students say that they did have a positive experience. And again, I just put a few quotes at the bottom of some of the things that the students said, such as, being able to ask teachers for help, enjoying the one-on-one time with their teachers. I do feel like the synchronous model really lends itself to that classroom feeling, where students know that their teachers are there to support them and they can reach out to their teachers in a fairly simple process. Same for the faculty survey. We asked the same, do you feel that the synchronous model worked well? And it was an overwhelming yes. As you can see in blue, it worked out well, and even in the green, liking both synchronous and non equally. Overall, I feel like, hitting 70% or better of the population saying that it was a positive experience is a real win for Port Jervis. And I just grabbed a quote from one of the teachers who said, they were super nervous about the synchronous teaching before it began, but they really felt like after a day or two, they worked it out and the program worked really well. So we were all thrilled with the results. So finally, what have we learned? I think that it has become evident that the synchronous model can and does work well in Port Jervis schools if and when the time may come in the future where we need to rely on a virtual model full-time for students. I think it can be a real success and promote student achievement. We've been able to offer a variety of programs, as Kate said, from stream all the way up through the secondary level where we had music enrichment. Programs can still continue and grow, even considering the fact that they are synchronous. And where can we grow? Where do we head from here as we begin to embark on the new school year, which is beginning virtual for students? The superintendents, along with the support of the Board of Ed and building administrators, are able and willing to offer a very wide variety of professional development to the faculty, which I think can only enhance what we are doing with our online learning. And I think that, it's been really a very, like I've said several times, an overwhelmingly positive experience. And I would imagine that that feeling will continue to grow as we head into the school year. So I would just like to wrap it up with Kate and myself on behalf of both of us. I do want to say thank you again for allowing us to present tonight and hearing the information that we have gathered. Overall, again, I'm speaking for myself and I believe, Kate, that we feel like overall it was a really positive, synchronous summer school experience. And I look forward to the school year and to see what that will bring in terms of where we head next.
Definitely. It was a positive experience and it was a pleasure working with you, Becky. And thank you so much for hearing us tonight and listening to our presentation. And thank you again. Thanks, Becky.
All right. Thank you so much, everyone.
Okay, the next item on the agenda is administrative reports. Mr. Lenz?
Yes, good evening. I would just like to bring to everyone's attention that we did post on the website today a food service form with regards to requesting delivery or pickup. So for our parents, if they can log on and complete that form, we will be providing meals from our 209 complex, HBE, and middle school for pickup if they choose that option, or they can choose the delivery service, which all of this will be happening on Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So we will be serving meals for the entire school week, but we just ask that they do complete that form so that we can plan accordingly and get them on the various routes to deliver. So this will be going on while we're in the remote model, as well as, of course, when we're in the hybrid model, because students would not be attending school each day, receiving a meal on campus. So we will be meeting them where they're at, and whether that's if they come and pick up or certainly at their home if necessary. So we just ask that they complete that form as soon as possible. And of course, as we discussed earlier, today is the first day that we've welcomed staff back into our buildings. It's nice to finally see everyone here. It's really just great to see everybody and all the positive feedback that folks have, and just as they work together as teams to really just hone their craft over the next few days. And I know they look forward to seeing their students, whether it's virtual or not. It's, I know, pretty exciting. Thank you.
Thanks, Mr. Lenz. Mr. Pantaleon?
Thank you. Today, we began first the 4 days of professional development and training for our staff. The focus of today's training was centered around technology, inclusive of our online learning platform, Otis, Smart Suite Learning Online, and also an overview of best practices for our hybrid classroom. On Wednesday, our staff will be afforded the opportunity to take part in a training in social justice and cultural competency facilitated by Joaquin Marte, the Ulster County BOCES Coordinator of Supportive Learning Environments and Positive Youth Development. In addition, Emily Lucas from the Ingram & Smith Law Firm will be presenting on the topic of social media etiquette and a review of our district social media policy. Thursday and Friday, teachers and support staff will take part in an intense training focused on mental health, first aid. The training will prepare our staff to best assist students in both crisis and non-crisis situations. And this is the same training our members of our CSEA staff received 2 years ago. This afternoon, our teachers and their mentors took part in a building meet and greet. The time allowed for our newest members of the Port Jervis Learning Community to exchange contact information and ask any questions. Tomorrow, I will facilitate a formal new teacher orientation that will be highlighted by technology training by instructional coach Kim Lattenville. And on Thursday, September 3rd, the district will be hosting a substitute orientation, and the focus of the training will to provide our substitutes the necessary skills to provide coverage in a hybrid teaching model. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Pantayan. Mr. Riddell?
Thank you very much. I just really want to echo those comments regarding the teachers returning. It's just awesome to have them in the buildings today, our faculty and staff. It just brought incredible energy to the buildings, and the classrooms that I was in throughout the day. It was just I could just feel it. It was, we didn't have sports starting up in mid-August, which is usually when you start to get excited about a new school year, when the students and coaches start to come in and they get that exciting first day with the faculty and staff. So we didn't have that this year, so it was different, but it was just great to just to have everyone in there. And I noticed a lot of positivity and passion as the teachers were coming back in, and our staff, albeit with everyone focusing on the work that's ahead of us, and let's be honest, some anxiousness, right? Both the positive anxiousness and also one that could induce some stress. So after spending quite a bit of time with teachers, amazing teachers throughout today, I'm certain now more than ever that we will be successful this year, given all the obstacles and hurdles that we talk about often. Just after seeing those teachers, we're going to open up just fine. It's going to be a good opening, and I'll close with just publicly thanking Mr. Pantaleone. Putting together a superintendent's conference day is a big job, and there's a lot that goes into it, much of which you don't know until you're actually involved with it. And putting together multiple superintendent's conference days, covering so many bases with the remote modality thrown on top, it really a great job and a great product of countless hours of work. So I just want to thank Mr. Pantaleone for that. And once again, welcome back to our faculty and staff.
Okay, thank you. Next item on the agenda is that of consent items. Can I have a motion and a second for this item, please?
We're ready to table?
Huh? A?
Yes. Second?
Brian? Okay, these include the following. Minutes of the August 11th, 2020 meeting, minutes of the August 20th, 2020 special meeting, treasurer's reports for June and July of 2020, CPSE meeting minutes from 8/3, 8/10, and 8/24/20, CSE meeting minutes from 7/29, 8/6, 8/7, 8/12, 8/13, 8/14, 8/20, 8/21, and 8/24/20. Donation from BB Cycling Events LLC in the amount of $300 to the athletic department. And at this time, all in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries. Item number 7 is personnel employment items. I'd like a motion and a second to bring these to the floor for discussion.
I'll move it.
Bill?
Second?
Brian? Okay, these items include A, retirement support staff position number 513, food service helper. B, resignation administrative staff position number 358, director of pupil personnel services. Item C, resignation instructional staff position number 1453, foreign language teacher. Item D, leave of absence. E, appointment instructional staff vacancy number 2222, position number 136, childhood education teacher. Item 7F, appointment instructional staff vacancy number 2239, mentors. Item 7G, appointment instructional staff vacancy number 2239, curriculum coordinators for the 2020-2021 school year. Item 7H, appointment instructional staff vacancy number 2243, building per diem substitutes. Item 7I, appointment instructional staff substitutes for the 2021 school year. Item 7J, appointment support staff vacancy number 2245, position number 452, administrative aide provisional. Item 7K, increase of hours, support staff teacher aides. And item 7L, approval, I needed all in favor of approval of the personnel employment items. All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carried. Item 8 is action items. So 8A, approval of resolution to appoint the Port Jervis City School District Board of Education as a whole to the audit and visitation committees.
I'll move it.
Brian?
Second.
Ray? Is there any discussion on this one? All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carried. Item 8B, settlement agreement resolution with Fantasy Tours and Travel LLC. I need an item and a motion and a second to bring this item to the floor for discussion.
I'll move it. Second.
Bill? Brian or Ray was that?
Ray.
Is there any discussion on this item?
Could someone clarify for the public what this is and why we're having this? So that
I can read the resolution. Do you want me to do that?
Or Mike could just, it's a long.
It's not real long, but I can read the resolution.
Mike, do you
Go
mind?
ahead.
Go ahead, Mike.
So with the senior trip being canceled, there was refund money that was requested for flights that did not take place, tickets to theme parks, etc. We received a partial refund as a check in order to be divided up among the students that had paid money for this trip, and that did not cover all of their expenses, all of their out-of-pocket expenses. We felt that that was, and collectively you all felt, that that was not appropriate. And so we worked out a settlement with the travel agent to make every student whole, so that all the money that they paid in, they're getting a refund check minus the value of the voucher from United Airlines, which is $349. So if they put in $1,000, they'll get a $349 voucher, and then $651.
Thanks, Ms. Ryder. All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries. Item 8C, Employee Assistance Program Agreement. I need a motion and a second to bring this item to the floor for discussion.
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Brian? Any discussion on this one? All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? I just would like to remind everyone that you need to respond either yes or no to a vote. It is, otherwise we're going to have to go to roll call vote, which I don't really want to do unless we have to. So we need a yes or a no or an abstention for a response. Okay, item 8D is appointment of lead evaluator of principals, Nicholas Pantaleone. May I have a motion and a second to bring this item to the floor for discussion?
I'll move it. Second.
Bill, Ray, any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries. Item 8E, appointment of lead evaluator of teachers, Jared Kamar, G. Lane, Anthony Lazaro, David Marr, Andrew Murata, Heidi Nyland, Sadie Roosevelt, and Erica Valentine. Could I have a motion and a second to bring this item to the floor?
I'll move it.
Brian? Brian?
No,
Bill, Ray. Is there any discussion on this item? All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries. Item 8F is the Montague Food Service Agreement. Like a motion to bring this item to the floor for discussion?
Moved. Second.
Is there any discussion on this one?
Could we have something for the public so that they are aware what that means?
So this is really just a continuation of an agreement that's been in place for some time. And what it is that we provide meals to the Montague School District using our food service staff. So we cater out to their district, and this really just controls those terms of that agreement. So they do pay us for each lunch, and they pay us for each breakfast, they pay us for each milk, and so this just describes what that's going to be. And I'll just make note that it increased by the nickel, just as we've done for our own community. We're doing that in this agreement as well.
Thank you, Mr. Lyons.
Any other question? All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries. Item 8G is the District Comprehensive Improvement Plan, otherwise known as DSEP. Could I have a motion and a second to bring this item to the floor for discussion?
So moved. Second.
Okay, any discussion on this item? All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries. Item 8H is the district-wide school safety plan for the 2020-2021 school year. Can I have a motion and a second to bring this item to the floor for discussion, please?
I'll move it.
Bill?
Second.
Brian? Any discussion on this item? All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carried. Okay, item I is a resolution to approve an agreement between the YMCA of Middletown and Port Jervis City School District.
I'll move it.
Tanya?
Second.
Ray? Is there any discussion on this item? All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries. Item 9 is board member items. Judy?
I just want to welcome everybody back to school, staff, faculty, and children.
Brian?
No.
Kayla? Bill?
Nothing.
Tanya?
Same thing, I just want to welcome everybody back and wish Megan Sullivan good luck. She'll be missed.
Flo?
Yes. I did. I'd like to welcome everyone back. I can't apologize for what's happening to the state of New York, but just know that everyone here feels for every staff member, teacher, child, all of us, what the administration is doing to try to make this as easy as possible. They have rules and regulations they have to go by, and I want to tell you, being out in the community and hearing a lot of different things I don't want to hear, and my reply is, Albany has a lot to do with what's happening to this district, and that's all I'm going to say about that. I wish everyone well. September 11th, this is a service very dear to my heart. Well, with this going on, we're not going to have a service, and we're just going to do a simple ceremony, read the names of the people we lost in our area. The supervisor will say a few words, but because of what's going on, it's affecting us too. So just keep us in mind. We'll try to get it on our website, what we do in the morning. But the monument will be decorated in our yellow and red, white, and blue bows. And just think of us, because we all think of you, and I can't believe it's a week from Friday that this is happening. And just with all my heart, keep safe. And reach out to your neighbor, reach out to somebody, make sure that they're safe and they're well. Thank you.
Right?
I just want to welcome everyone back. We know it's been a troubled time with what everything is going on, exactly what Flo said. Welcome back. And we know you're going to continue to do a great job and for our students, and we hope to have our kids back in the building in front of their teachers, amongst their classmates, sooner than later. Thank you.
Thanks. Linda?
Yes, I would just like to say thank you to Ms. Fedoric and Ms. Colham for their presentation, and I also would like to welcome everybody back, and hopefully we'll have a very successful year and work through all of these difficulties. Thank you.
Okay, and I'll reiterate, welcome back to everyone, but thank you to the administration and everybody that collaborated over the summer to get us where we are today. It was really surreal to pull up here this morning and see as many cars as there were. I was like, there's no parking places at the high school, nowhere reserved for the park. So everybody I saw today passing outside, they were smiling. Everybody seemed excited to be here. So these are trying times, but I commend each and every one of our faculty members, our staff members, buildings and grounds, anybody involved in anything. I think you did a phenomenal job, and we'll just keep the momentum going here. So with that, I will entertain, no, I won't do the adjournment yet, I'll do the dates to remember. September 3rd and 4th are first days of students logging into Google Classroom for activities. These are virtual days of school. September 7th is Labor Day, the district is closed. September 8th, all students begin phase 1, attending their regular schedules via Google Meet. They will be meeting and interacting virtually with their teachers and other students in the classes. September 15th is the next Board of Education meeting at 7 p.m. here in the high school. As we continue to follow social distancing guidelines in lieu of public attendance at the September 15th meeting, there will be a link on our website to view this meeting, which will be live streamed. At this time, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'll move that.
Tanya?
Second.
Kayla? All in favor?
Aye.